In this video, you're going to be having a look at prompt templates. This is a specific part of the model I/O that's very important, as we don't always want to necessarily have complete strings, but we want to format strings that go into the prompt. There's a lot of different prompt templates. For example, you can do lots of prompt templates for your standard LLMs without a chat model. So you can see by default, you would use a prompt template. There's also a variety of prompt templates you can use for dynamically inserting lots of examples into a prompt. As you continue to explore LangChain, you'll see that a lot of the package is built around using these things called prompt templates. You can add examples into your prompt templates for both normal models and chat models. Other things we can do is do things, format the template output. We can do other things like saving our prompts or even validating templates. So a lot of the inputs that we have go into these things called prompt templates. Now we're going to be specifically looking at chat models for this lesson and having a look at how do we create these prompt templates. So what you can see here is we've got these imports and then we have a template, and then notice you've got these things in curly brackets. Now the things in curly brackets are similar to your Python F string, but rather than have the Python F string at the start of the template, you just provide the curly brackets. You add that to your system message template from template, and then you've got another curly braces for the human template. We add those together, and then you do chat prompt template from messages. And then notice here, just before we call the chat model, we do the chat prompt dot format prompt, and then we have to pass in all of the missing input values. So remember, we had the input language from here, and we also had the output language. That was also inside of the system message. And then if you see on the human message side, we also had that missing text variable. Let's go and have a look at another example of this in a Jupyter notebook. So to start with, we are importing the chat OpenAI chat model. We also have a range of prompt templates that we are going to import for your LangChain package. After you've done that, you're going to define a chat model and store it in a variable called chat. And given what we had for the template earlier, we were going to say the template is what would be a good company name for a company description. So we're going to insert this template inside of the system message prompt template dot from template, giving it a template string. And then we're going to say our chat prompt is the chat prompt template from messages and passing in a list of messages. Also notice that the template doesn't have an S string here, even though we've got curly braces. That's because as we call the chat model here, we do the chat prompt dot format, and then we fill in any of the missing input variables. And in this case, we've only got one input variable, which is the company description you wrote. So in this case, we decided to pick data engineering. So let's go and have a look at the result of that. Cool. So then in this case, you can see that we've got lots of different results for our company name. Now, one thing we could do to get the output to be a bit more specific is to decide on a structure for this prompt. So maybe let's decide that we want to have a list of 3 company names. So we can go back to the top and we can change the prompt template. So what would be a company name for a company description? List 3 company names that you like. Make sure that the list is a numbered list. And now you can see that your output is a slightly more deterministic. We've got 3 company names that ChatGPT believes would be good for a data engineering company. In the next video, you're going to learn about how to do streaming using chat models. This will be useful for building applications where you want to return each token as it's generated using the ChatGPT API.